Well, the next job I need to do is make a bracket. I think this was on there, something like that. This was one I took off. I had to cut it in half to get it off. So I need to sort of replicate that. So it goes on there like that. I don't want to explain myself that well, but it go on something like that. And this strap will go around it. So it actually clamp the exhaust to the cat. What I've done, I don't know if you can see it if it's sharp enough, I've used a bit of brown paper and I've actually rubbed it around there so I can get a marking for these two holes. So I shall make a bracket with that first of all. I'll have a scrounge around and see what material I've got. I don't think I've got a lot, but we'll have a look. Well, I made the bracket that goes between the cat and the exhaust. I didn't film it because the battery was flat on the phone. Anyway, that's what I've made so far. That little piece there, that will, oh, you can see it very well, that's sort of like a recessy bit there. I've actually done that over a piece of pipe. Let's put the pipe in the vise and give it a clear. This has got to be fully welded up yet. And I've got to weld, obviously, the inside. I made the strap the other day, but when these pull together, I'll get the camera away, these bend. So I'm going to make a little piece of angle in there. Well, not make it, I'm going to cut a piece of angle and cut it so when these two, can't we do it one-handed, when they come together they don't bend like that. So that's what I'm going to do now. It's taken me about a couple of hours to do this. It's only a little tiny thing, but it has to be about right. Still put a little bit of strengthening on there on a little turn. Anyway, I'll get it welded. I won't bother videoing it welding because you know what welding looks like. I'll come back to you in a minute. Well, cut a piece of the angle. I'm going to sort of give little marks here where I'm going to drill them. So I can go in, other way around, like that. And I'm just going to tack them in. So hopefully it'll stop it all bending. You see like that. Do the same on the other side. I do keep, I bet you're wondering where all these bits of metal come from, but what I always do, I'll cut a bins for loads of odds and ends. There's not much in there, but just random pieces of metal in there. You know, just like that. They're all coming handy with something. And the bracket itself I made this morning, that goes into that bit. That's all some stainless and bits around, all sorts of bits in there, but I don't tend to throw much away. Even a bit like that looks quite random. I bet I'll find a use for it one day. And that's actually stainless. So a bit here as well, look. That in there. And that bit there. Right, so I'm just going to drill these and get them welded on. Then I've got the other bracket just to sort of finish off. Right, I've just clamped these pieces of angle. I don't know if you can see very well. I've actually drilled a hole in the angle, so I'm just going to tack this piece on and do the same on the other side, which is here somewhere. So when they go together, they won't start bending. Right, I need a longer bolt. I'll be back now. Right, I didn't actually need a longer bolt, I just needed to straighten this a little bit out a little bit. So that's all back together, it's all tightened up. And I think the cap might need to go, well, judging by the gap in that flange over there, I think it needs to sort of go down a little bit. But that's not a really big issue. Because I can actually, I might do it in a minute actually. So I want to get this bolted up tight as I can. And then I'm going to have a go at doing them flanges over there. So I can, yeah. So I reckon I'll be able to cut them 2 flanges off and stick the other pair on and just take it where it is. And the other thing I've got to do is this stud. I might do that first actually. See if I can get that stud out, drill and tap it, or do something with it. I don't really want to cut all this off, but if I do, I do. It's not the end of the world, is it? Might be quicker just to cut it off anyway. Right, I've roughly put it together. This clamp is roughly where it should be. I moved it all around. Need to cut that sharp edge off. So that's all clamped up pretty good at the moment. I'm quite happy with that. The flanges, it's actually worked out sort of quite well in the end. I didn't realise that this pipe here is bigger than that pipe there. What I've done, so the hole that I drilled on the flanges won't go over that pipe, but it doesn't really matter because I'll put a tack in there like that at the moment. It's just that is actually sitting on top of the flange, so it's all good. I think that'd be fine. The actual pipe itself, sort of, I know you can't really see it from this angle, is actually in line. I'm just going to leave that there for a while because I just need some touch tacks, it might be not. So I just want to make sure I've got it right. So I don't think it matters which way around this flange goes with the bolts, because this is the, obviously that's the bottom there. And I should be underneath the car and I'll be able to get them 2 quite easy, and that one's at the bottom. So that's absolutely fine. But I'll just have a little think about it for a while before I put any more tacks. I'll probably what we'll do is put a tack there and a tack there, flick it over, and I know there's going to be a gap all the way around the bottom of that flange. But it's not the end of the world because I've checked the thickness of the flange or the pipe and it seems absolutely fine. So it's almost there, isn't it? I just need to, I think the best thing to do is leave that at the moment, go indoors and have a beer. And when I've had a beer, I'll probably have one more and probably another one after that. And I'll call it a day today. I'm not going to come back in here after I've had a beer. So oh, that's a bit I took out. I'll have to move which way up it goes. Should be a work X, it's got a bit of a curve. That's the stud that's broken, obviously. And that's the back of it. So I think I'll just drill it out, put a bolt in there and take it on. Think so? Could be easier than that. I've cut this piece off so I can mend the stud. So the stud is actually snapped off. So what I've done, I've just stuck a nut and bolt there at the moment. And what I'll do, I'll just tack the bolt on the back, which is absolutely fine. But I need to find a way to strengthen it because I don't know if you can see or not. sort of about there. There's a little hole. So I'm going to go and get the bracket from outside and have a look at it all, because I don't want this. Well, I've just painted these up. I know it looks a bit rough, but it is underneath the car. These are the rubbers where the exhaust hangers go through. So that goes onto the car. You see the state of them. It goes on the car like that. It goes on there through like that. Now, in there was a little bit of tube, which you can see like that. So I've ordered some new ones. They're coming shortly. Should be here today actually. I've had to put this other piece of metal across here. Simple reason, the actual heat shield, I think this normally went down there and it bolted onto the heat shield to keep it up, but it's all snapped off. So I've made another piece of plate to go along that way. And I can, once this is all bolted up like that, I can drill through there and I can bolt the heat shield to it. The trouble I had with the studs, or the bolts, these are bolts I took out. It was a nightmare. I had to grind the heads off, or drill them off, sorry, which took, well, it's quite hard to do really because you're working upside down. So I drilled them off and I managed to get this piece off. A bit of a burr there. Then you can see I had to scrunch it up. The only way I could get it off was a small pair of steel scissors. But it's off now, so all ready to go back on. Just wait for the rubbers to come. Well, that's the last of the welding, hopefully, fingers crossed. All the flanges are welded on nicely. Went a bit over top with the weld, but it's not going to go anywhere, is it? So I'm just going to let that cool down. I put an extra couple of strengtheners in down there. I made a mistake because I meant to put that piece in because at the bottom of, you can't really see it, but down there it's actually a bit rotten, and I put it in there instead. So it's got an extra strengthener in there. It's not the end of the world, is it? That's that. So it's all done there. So all I need to do is take it all apart, give it a good clean up, paint it, and do that gasket, and we're all ready to go. Not too bad, does it? Right, this is the gasket material I've got. It's funny stuff, you can't actually punch through very well. I'll show you why in a minute. Well, this is the gasket, well, template for the gasket. I took off the flange, I just transferred it onto here. I've just checked it so I can, it will cut quite easy in the guillotine. So what I'm going to do is drill the holes first. So I've had a couple of practice holes, that one didn't work. Because what you're supposed to do is when you punch the holes through with the hole punch, which is here. Now I haven't got the bit that goes in the middle, a little point, the centre, basically goes central. I haven't got that, so I had to mark it out. So normally what you do it, punch it through on the end grain, but it didn't really work. It sort of just mushed it up like that, if that's the word. So I've had to go with this one. Well, that's the first one I've done. That's okay. So these are the holes I've got to make now. So I'm going to punch it through from one side, turn it over, and it should make a mark. I can do it on the other side, so that should work. Then the centre is a different matter. I've tried using a hole cutter before, and it just rips it to bits. So I'm going to have to come up with a plan B. I'm not sure how to do that here. Anyways, let's give this a go, see what mess I make of it. As you can see, I'm using it on the side of the wood. Now I've actually, I don't know if you can see it, but I've actually marked where this should go. And two little crosses. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's where I think it should go there. Turn it over, I should be able to pick up when it's come through, which is just there. I'll have to do it a couple of times just to get it through, but so be it. Don't you see that now? I'll just dress it out with this. See, the bolt goes through that one all right, just about. That's a bit tight. So I'll just get a file out and file that just to make it a better fit. And what I might actually do is get one fitting really nice, put it on the flange, bolt it up, and file the other ones to fit. It won't take a lot to open that one anyway. Let's do this one. Just about make it out. Well, I don't know if you can see it. I tried a couple of things. I tried punching it out. It said no, so I'm going to go with the Dremel. It's going to take ages, but hopefully I'll get a nice circle out of it. Like I said before, I didn't want to do the oh, sorry, that way. I didn't really want to do the hole cutter because what happens with it, it just splits it all. I can do. Oh, I've done this up. That's better. You can see that one. Alright, sit back, this can take ages. Well, not perfect. I might just slice that down just a little tiny bit. It actually works better if I do it right at the end there. Oh, there's a little bit there, I'll get the tin snips on that. Well, that's the exhaust all ready to go on. It's all been painted. It's been drying there for 2 days. I don't know if you can listen to the background noise. Pouring hard. Actually dropping out of the sky, so I was going to fit it today, so I'm going to have to let it dry. Well, let it dry on the drive and see if I can get out there and fit it. I've done, obviously, the gaskets already. Made that one. All the nuts and bolts are in there, all ready to go. And this one, this side, this is the original gasket. I'm just going to put some exhaust stuff around it. Let's see, I don't think it justifies getting a new one. So it's still ready to go. And the other bits. Oh, the other bits. This is the exhaust hanger. It goes in the top. It actually goes in. These are the rubbers I've just got. And it actually goes in there like that. I don't know how tight it fits because that's really tight, isn't it? Anyway, that's all the bits. That's obviously this is the strap that goes around the exhaust and goes onto the cap. And these are just one of the little brackets. What I've done is painted it and welded another piece of metal. Well, bolted another piece of metal on there to support the heat shield. And just waiting for it to stop raining now. So all done. And it took me about, I don't know, about 3 days I think, just to save 45 quid. But